Oh, 7 o'clock.
Yes, actually.
I guess Deanna's probably not gonna be here, or Dave, or the park out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what some, I've mentioned to them about this thing I'd like to kind of propose. I don't know how it's gonna go off, but it's just something as, you know, I coach Holy Cross since I've been stationed here since 2015.
Here, I'll let you save that for public comment then.
Okay.
It's 7 o'clock, so we're gonna get rolling, so.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, I'd like to call the East China Township Board meeting for July 21st to order, please. Clerk, please call the roll.
Clerk Smith here, Treasurer Horn.
Here.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Richley.
Here.
Supervisor Westrick.
Yes.
Okay, pledge of allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make sure I start singing
She
God Bless
called
America,
tonight.
doesn't it?
Then got approved,
Oh,
and, yeah.
agenda. Give you a chance to look at that. I would entertain a motion from someone to approve that. Presented.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented the agenda.
Thank you.
Support.
Simple, yeah, okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same thing with the minutes. Give you a chance to read those, so I'd entertain a motion to approve those as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as
Thank you, Ms.
presented.
Horn. Is there support?
Support?
Mr. Klein? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Presentations, guest speakers, we don't have any, but public comment, we have someone.
Okay, hit the podium.
Yeah, it's got a microphone so everybody can hear it at home too.
Test, test. I think I can speak loud enough if I need to, but anyway, I'll state my name, Matthew D. Zammit. I live in East China, or China Township actually, probably about 3 miles from here.
Okay.
And I'm just proposing, I've talked to Deanna, who's in charge of the parks, and Dave, who works out there regularly. Anyway, I'm looking at, I don't know what would be the avenue to get like a track or walking 400-meter lap for the kids to like walk on and then run on and stuff. Basically like an oval track, put out right, as I'm looking this way, south, behind the two heads over there, latrines, male and female, that's that way. That big open spot, I see the guys mowing it every year. I'm like, you know, they're just cutting for nothing. I'm out there with the coach, and I got an assistant.
The previous soccer fields, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. And actually, I've been coaching out there. When I returned back here from Fort Hood, Texas in 2015, I started coaching in 2016 for Holy Cross Middle School for the Catholic cross-country team and track. So I've been doing that since 2016. And then I've been coaching for Cardinal Mooney High School cross-country track and field since 2019 or 2020. So anyway, I say that to say this. I think, you know, we only have one track that's kind of used regularly, and that's the one in Marine City, which is not really, the city of Marine City owns that. The school doesn't own it. It was publicly donated to it, from what I was told from an attorney. That was some work that was done on that 10 years ago. But I'd like to have, I talked to Coach Farraga, I think it's Joe Forgetto from Marine City, and then Coach Smith. And I mentioned that to Marysville as well, or St. Clair coaches, about having like I say, I'm just going to propose like putting a track out here, a dirt track even, oval, 400 meters for the kids to run on and train on. Because I've got a track, I got a 400-meter distance that I marked out myself, and I've walked it, you know, just for the kids. And I'll make them do 400 repeats and 800 meters, you know, for training. You know, like I said, I coach cross-country track, so I'm big on the intervals and workout and speed. You know, I did that in the Marine Corps a lot. I ran with Team USA for track and field in Olympic trials in '96 for 5,000 meters. So I do I'm big into 400 meters doing those workouts. But I don't know what it would cost or if it would take a lot, but that's just something I told the other coaches I would present to, and plus some of the parents said, hey, I'm just going to ask them. And I talked to Deanna about it. She said, hey, bring it up in the meeting. She said, we're not using it for anything, maybe a good idea.
Did you happen to bring it up at a Parks Commission meeting at all?
No, I've never even, I had practice out here Monday, last Monday, and I was talking about it. I said, you know what, I need to take action. I talked about this last year pretty religiously, saying, hey, let's try to see if we get a park or a track out here, you know, for the kids to run on and people could even walk on, you know. And
Did you sign in on a sign-in sheet or not?
No, negative, I haven't, I will.
When you take off, would you please, your name
Yes,
and
sir.
number? And what we'll do, is we can notify you of the next Parks Commission meeting too, and let them know that you'd like to come and talk about that too.
Okay, yeah,
It's more their purview to begin with, and then it comes.
Right,
you know,
okay.
back to us if we need to do anything for it, but, I mean, not using that space now, and you could probably still use the space if you went outside of those bounds anyway.
yeah, I mean, that's plenty of room to do a track there. I mean, it's, you know, I said, I've got it marked off, we got plenty of room. I talked to Miss Meldrum here last Monday, I was just out there with my assistant coach, Coach DeVinny, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go over there now, you know, I talked about it last year, I said, we need to make something happen, at least all they can say is no, but you gotta present it, right, so.
Yeah, that would be something that would probably start with our Parks Commission, but
Okay.
definitely make sure that you know about the next meeting. I don't happen to know when it is.
The third
We just
Wednesday of
had
the
one,
month,
didn't we?
third Wednesday of the month at 7 PM, right here.
Okay. I thought this one might have been it, but, yeah, Lisa, when I talked to Lisa Meldrum, I thought this one might have been it, but she said, just come to one of the meetings and let them, you know, just let them know
Well,
what your
It's probably
idea.
gonna be done, I mean, they have a 5-year recreation, like, master plan
Right.
thing, and they have a plan in place now,
Right.
which obviously this isn't part of it. So it's probably gonna have to come back to this board because
Right.
we have the money to fund it, so.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, like donations or something, because I know some of the schools are interested in it when I mentioned it to them, so.
Yeah, and you said a dirt track was fine, right?
Right, even if it's a dirt track, I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
some of the greatest champions
This
trained on
is
dirt
the
tracks.
liaison between the boards, and we'll let him go ahead and pass that along to the Parks
Okay.
Commission. too.
Roger Bannister did it in 1954 when he broke the 4-minute mile, you know?
Yeah, I will.
That's what they trained on, you know?
Yeah.
We'd like you to come to that meeting and
Okay.
post too, and in the meantime, we'll have a chance to do some more research too.
Okay, yeah, and I'll talk to some other coaches. Coach DeVinny, who lives in Marysville, but he's actually, my assistant's been helping me out for a while. He's one of the kids' grandfather, so he helps me out coaching, but he was gonna come out here tonight with me, but he had some other commitments.
Okay, yeah, no
But,
problem. If you don't mind leaving your number though, over there.
Okay, right, all right, yeah, I didn't sign
Yeah,
in,
just
so
sign
it's
in
my
next time.
fault.
That way there we have a way of getting hold of you.
Okay, all right, yes,
Thank
sir.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
you
appreciate it.
for
I'll
the
get my
time.
stuff here. Thank y'all for the time. So,
Appreciate it.
the next meeting, y'all will let me know, I guess, or?
Yeah, well, it'll go to the next Parks meeting, they'll go ahead and discuss it, and then they'll get with us if there's something that we wanna push through or whatever.
Like I said, I think the kids know, I mean, just families would, you know, be nice and everybody wants to be fit and all walks, so there's a perfect spot out there. Said they're not doing anything with it,
Yeah,
you know.
we're cutting it.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I see you guys out there cutting it. When they got my clipboard one time, I left it out there one day and the guys held it for me because they knew who I am. I've been out there the last few
Yeah.
years. I mean, I used to, when my kids were little, well, actually, my two oldest already graduated. One's in West Point, the other one's running college athletics. But, they were cutting it. We used to have to, you know, beg for real estate out there.
Yeah.
Soccer was always out there. They haven't been out there at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's
you
been a
know.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind leaving the contact information though
Sure.
too, we'll keep you in the loop.
All right, thank y'all.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
coming in. All right, consent agenda, C1's financial reports, 2 is departmental reports, 3 is historical commission meeting minutes for June of '25, and 4 is professional development training requests, there's 2 of them. Okay, motion for the approval of the consent agenda?
I just have one quick question.
Sure.
Dwayne, did we actually sign up for that e-notify yet through the revise, or where are we at with that?
Yeah,
No,
we haven't begun the process. We've made the order. We have a meeting set up with Revise for onboarding and then implementation.
Okay, I didn't know if the board was aware of that was happening, or I don't
It's in my
recall if we talked
DPS
about it.
report.
Okay. And then I see building department, it says as of this reading, the demolition is slated for the first week of August.
Yep,
Coming up.
that's what it says.
Okay.
We'll see if we see it.
Oh, it's not us hiring a company and putting it up
That's them,
against us?
I believe. They've applied for demolition permit.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they finally did.
I see.
They got that through. I pushed Tracy last week on that, so.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, that's all I have. Thanks.
Yeah, because if they weren't, we were gonna do something tonight.
Oh, I do have one more quick question. What about the locomotive? What's happening with that? I know there's a delay
There's just getting some clarification on movement of it. It's heavier than they thought. There's gotta be some modifications made to the locomotive, like, remove the engine. So, sounds a little tougher than it might be, but we're working on it.
Yep,
Gotcha.
Bill's working with companies,
Awesome.
actively to try to, to do it
It's gotta get lightened up before it gets moved.
I see.
as economically as possible, so it's
Right.
not a financial burden any more than you've already agreed to.
Right. Okay.
Put a
Thank
bunch
you.
of helium balloons in it.
Okay, thank you. Is there any motion for the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent as provided.
There's been, motions are made to accept the consent agendas or support.
Support.
Ms. Horn, all right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Disbursements.
Payroll, $35,217.11. Accounts payable, $95,316.81. EFT, $61,922.66. E-checks, $302.30. Invoices, $269,916.97, for a total of $462,675.85. And I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay, there's been a motion made to support, motion made to pay the bills or support.
Sure, I'll support that.
Mr. Klein? Clerk, please call.
Roll call vote. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Thank you. All right. New business one, GIS service proposals. For some reason, my packet is not in order. Do you have it? Because I got MB4, starting with that for some reason. Yeah, unless it's back here and you showed it back here, make sure. Okay. Yeah, this has been budgeted for, and what this does is allow us to go in and create all of the inventory that we have on this. And I don't know if you're familiar with the GIS system is, but it's an electronic set of plans, more or less, of everything that we have. We've only had infrastructure like water main and sewer, but now we're going into the plants and we're doing it where you can actually bring it up as 3D and it's layers of the building, the basement, for, and it'll identify assets on there, this valve, that motor. And then you can click on that, and it'll give you the information on it, the useful life of it, when it needs to be replaced, if it has been replaced, approximate replacement value as of a date. You can upload pictures of that if you want to even. So it's gonna be, it's what we want, and we've been talking about this, at least I have been since I got here, because we've had this tool and we've never used it. This is a one-time cost to get these up, is that right, Mr. Loper?
Yep.
And we will begin input of these immediately. We may have to look at another, maybe, I don't know if it'll be this budgeting session or the next one, but we may need to find someone to actually dedicate a lot of time to this, as opposed to DPW taking the time to do it, or the plant workers. We may do summer interns or something like that, and we can get those possibly through an engineering company too, that's an engineering student coming up that we can get for the summer. But for now, we're gonna, utilize our staff to get this going. We already have a framework, but we'll go through and update what we can, but eventually it's gonna take someone starting at one end of the township and going to the other to try to get what we have known in the system to make sure it's all covered.
Yeah, but they're gonna kinda have to know what the hell they're looking at, right?
Yeah, that's why we need an engineering student.
I could see the
something like that.
value in it,
Yeah.
keep track of everything the township
Yeah.
owns and the value of it.
Yeah, well, our DPW staff now is logging in everything that we've been doing. We thought, remember, that our previous engineer was doing that on these projects, and come to find out they weren't.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and that's a huge issue with me, but anyway, it's.
Save us from buying stuff we don't need.
Well, we already had we already had the stuff, and we said we were gonna start doing this, and their comment was, well, we're doing that for you, you don't need to. So we didn't have DPW out there at all, doing that location with the notion that it was being done. So, but they have enough of the, as in the daily reports information, that we went back and reconstructed most of that anyway, so it is in there, or it's going to be.
And this is already budgeted.
Yeah, we budgeted for this
Okay.
year, so, that's the, basically, I wanna make sure you guys know what it's all about, though, what it is, so.
Yeah, I read it. I
It's
think a
through,
great
it's through our
idea.
new engineer too, AEW, so. All right? Any other comments or questions about it? If not, I make a motion, we approve the price of $47,500 to kick the GIS system off, allowing us to start inputting vertical data.
Well,
We're working with which company?
AEW, our engineering services. Yeah, they provide the platform for free. This is the modules. Is that how you say that correctly, Dwayne?
Yeah, they're, just, it's,
The
Pardon
link
me.
that opens it up or whatever.
yeah, so the platform itself is
Right.
provided by AEW. The data and its management, as it's built upon, those costs become extra. But, you know, the space itself is provided by AEW.
There was an additional one that was on here that we didn't pursue because it would have put us over budget, but we may want to look at it in the future, was the cemetery.
Yep, and, you know, my thought process is for groups outside of, you know, the purview that have a committee set up, if they're going to want the added support for their particular committee, it should be presented to them to make sure that they are comfortable with the budget that they present to the board for services like this.
Yeah, cemetery, and also the sexton and the rest of them.
I do have a question.
Yes.
So this is for software or equipment?
Software, basically.
I know
Software,
years ago, we spent thousands of dollars through Wade Trim, I thought, who
Yep.
was our engineering firm at the time, for
Yep.
this GIS equipment. Is this the same equipment?
it just builds on top of it.
This utilizes that equipment.
Okay.
So they created the original database, all that information from, I believe, the year 2000.
Okay.
So the infrastructure's been updated, the software itself is updated continually, so, and all those updates come at a cost. So,
Yeah, and we never had
But
access
this
to
would
this.
stay
stuff.
with us if we were to not stay with this group, is what I.
correct.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It would be ours.
yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah,
I'll make that a motion.
I made the motion already.
Oh,
You want to
sorry.
support it, though, you can.
Okay,
I believe I made it. If not, I did make the motion. 47.5.
okay.
Anything else? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call, Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Thank you. I need to, like I said, I only have 4,
Time back
5, and 6.
for the minutes.
Do you need to?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I gave you 3 too.
All right, great. Or I can let you present it. Janitorial services, Red Brick Schoolhouse. We talked about this briefly. This is basically to allow Ms. Harrington to go in and do the cleaning for them, and they have a certificate of liability. It was the only roadblock that we had seen before, and she has that worked out, so. Comments, questions? If not, I entertain a motion to approve the janitorial service for the Red Brick Schoolhouse. They're gonna do it 4 times a year.
Yeah, when they brought it up, this was a savings for us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah,
and then, and I guess if
great.
they have a special event that someone utilizes it, they can also allow
Sure.
the people that have a special event pay this to have it clean when they're done.
Yep, yep.
So, yep, I think that's a great idea. What are your wishes?
You made the motion. I'll
No, I
support.
didn't, but go ahead, you can make the motion.
I make the motion to approve the janitorial service for RBS 4 times a year in the amount of $150 per cleaning to
Amber.
Andra Harrington.
Thank you. Is there support?
Support?
Mr. Klein, thank you. You need a roll call now?
Roll call vote, yep. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes, thank you. Okay, business 3, DPW supervisor, Steve Pastuski is the acting sexton. Well, he's, I don't think he actually is right now, but we're gonna make him one. So this is for the cemetery sexton. Kind of falls in line with what our previous DPW supervisor was doing as the sexton. So I make a motion, we appoint Steve as the sexton of the Rose Hill Cemetery.
Support.
Any other comments or questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. There's one for the back. I don't know where it went. I do have 4 of them. Professional development training, water, there's 2 of them, and they're over the threshold, so we have one for Lamb, the 1132.99. The other one is for Mr. Lenarski, who moved over to the water plant, 610.40. I make a motion, we approve both of those as presented.
Support.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. Any other comments, questions? As you all know, we encourage all of our staff to
Sure.
get this additional training and certifications. Clerk?
Roll call vote, Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. New business 5 is a training request for the MAMC annual conference for our previous DPW supervisor. Amount $909.38. He's now a regular DPW employee. I make a motion, we approve that as presented.
Do we allow our employees to use the township vehicle on these conferences?
No.
Why?
Because the vehicles that we have, if there's something that happens in the township, we need them available for that. So we just pay the mileage. Yeah, it works out actually better.
Did someone make a motion or?
I did. Is there support?
I'll support.
Clerk, please.
Roll
Oh,
call
this
vote.
one's 909.38 if I didn't say it.
Yes. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Thank you. New business 6, addendum to the employee agreement. You have that in front of you. It was provided at the last meeting for your perusal. Didn't receive any, to my knowledge anyway. My emails have not been the best lately. Current salary $94,500, proposed increase to $99,000, which is less than 5%, 4%, whatever you want to call it. A little bit sick leave time and some credits for sick leave on that. So basically, that's all we have on that. And I make a motion, we approve this as presented for Mr. Loper to take on those additional duties. And we won't need a manager.
I'll support that.
Okay. Any comments or questions from the table? Yeah, Ms. Richards.
Yeah, I got a few. I don't agree with this, and I mean, between this and MB7, I have, the next one I'm even more
Well, let's just
conflicted
take
about.
one at a
but-
time.
Well, right. But what I'm getting at here is that what we've discovered since the last workshop that we had, really, there was no need for a township manager in the first place. And I think that the increase that, I believe it went from 90, I think if I recall correctly from the initial contract, it went from 90,000 to 90,000, or 94,500.
Well, he was
And
up
then now we're,
he just turned over the years, so it's.
Correct.
94,500.
correct. And so now we're suggesting another increase to 99,000.
Well, it's 4,500 more, right?
Correct. And the paid time off, I have a big problem with. I mean, even when we initially approved the first contract, I wasn't in agreement with that. It's nothing against Mr. Loper. I think he is a good communicator. I think he's a lot better than what we had before. But I think I just have an issue with this, and it's the same issue I had with the initial contract with the paid time off. If we can have this much paid time off banked, then you're almost making an argument against the position itself, because if somebody can be gone that long, then what, I don't know. I don't agree with it, so that's all I'm gonna. And I also think that for us to publicly be talking about this rather than in closed session, or, you know, we had a trustee bring up saying that they're in favor of paying people more, and then this is what we get. We
That
need
was
to-
our mistake.
Correct.
We brought that on.
Correct.
And I thought that was a big mistake. I was
I
so
agree.
mad when we did
I
that.
agree.
With
We
all
need to
those
be-
people sitting here.
we
It's
need-
unfair to them and it's
Yeah.
unfair to us
Correct.
to do that.
We need
Now,
to be-
that's a different issue
Right.
again.
Right.
And I'm not sure about, are we saying, I mean, I know it's-
I-
96 hours of total sick leave is what we're talking here, for
That's
the
an-
year, right?
That's an addition to the paid time off. That's in the current contract.
Vacation time.
Correct.
I agree with Alan, I think that's way too much.
I'm not, well, is that open for discussion here? Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty familiar with contracts like this that, from where I worked, unionized and running a company. And the salary is well worth it, just from the time I've been here. In fact, I preferred talking to Dwayne than I did our township manager at the time. So I have no problem at all with the salary. I'm just not familiar with the total hours involved between vacation and sick leave here. How much vacation time are we talking, and then how much sick leave time are we talking?
I think
What does that all add up to with total time missed that gets paid for?
I think everybody should get a copy of the contract.
But wait, I don't care about, well, maybe I do. Maybe I
They would
do.
better spell it out.
But, yeah, just clarification on the total hours or total days that Dwayne would be off is all I care about knowing. I could do, I'm familiar, like,
Well,
you see
the-
a 4 weeks vacation.
The hours are.
And that was
always-
only if we had accrued vacation time where I worked, you know, you started out with 2 weeks, and after a certain amount of years, you got more and then more, and up to 4 weeks. And then you also accrued sick leave. Now, I know in part of what your statement that you got a condition that,
That's,
that was, wait a minute, that was involved in the first contract. The way it was stated here, I think,
But it wasn't spelled out in the first contract, correct?
It wasn't?
There was
It
no
was
sick
one
team.
bank.
it's not something.
oh,
Paid
okay,
time
okay,
off.
okay, so,
Right.
so,
That
Which is
was
what a
not
lot
in
of
there.
companies do now.
So I just
They
wanna-
don't break it down, it's all one bank.
okay, as far, I heard what my man said, and I agree with part of that, the wages I have no problem with. I just want a better understanding of the total time off with vacation, how it's accrued.
It's all personal time off. And what is in the contract now?
20 days vacation.
20 days.
Okay,
You
20
want an
days,
additional
okay, so we got
12?
20 days vacation?
Is that what this was requesting?
It's requesting sick time
Okay.
as such.
Of 96
Happy-
hours?
Of 20 hours.
In
And I would-
addition to
20
the
days,
20
I mean.
days vacation?
12
Yep.
days.
And I'd be happy to
Is it-
provide
8
any
times
documentation
20
you'd like. I think I
He's
cleared,
20.
Right.
clearly stated, maybe not with specifics, but the reason for that, that request. So again, I would have no issue providing any requested documentation.
Yeah, so it's,
The employees now get 8 hours sick leave, if it's even stated that way still, per month. Once you work it.
Over the
When
vacation?
you work it,
Yes.
then it
Yeah,
automatically goes into
okay,
your
yeah, I
bank
agree.
every
That's how it's
month
supposed to
in the
work.
payroll
And
system.
that the same thing he's asking for here?
Yes, one day a month.
Well, he's asking
But
for
on
back-
top of his
back.
vacation time and back hours.
Right. So he's asking for a credit for the last 12 months that he's worked 8 hours per month
For sick leave.
Oh, that's no problem with that.
for sick leave.
There should be no question on that. That's what everybody else is already doing. Right?
He was already given
Well,
time with his contract.
excuse me, when we hired the Director of Public Services position, we actually gave more of a bank than we did for anybody else that was hired in, so, to be clear. So, more than actually the township manager herself, so, just to be clear. And that's nothing against anybody personally, I'm just stating a
Yeah,
fact.
Already has 20 days of personal time off. He's asking for 12 days of sick time.
Okay.
Strictly
That's
sick
what I
went
wanted to
over
know.
for the
Is that right?
He's got 20 days contractually already.
Yes.
That's already in the books.
Right.
And then for the whole year, you're just asking for 12 additional days sick leave?
For sick leave only, not
So
vacation.
32 days off in the year.
The sick leave days are if you're sick, though. I mean, he already said he'd provide documentation. If you're sick, you're sick. You aren't gonna be here anyway.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we should have to pay for it. He's got a bank called paid time off, which encompasses all of that. And 20 days is a lot for somebody for vacation if we're gonna give them sick leave on top of it. That is a lot of time off.
Yeah.
And again, nothing against you personally. I mean,
The last thing I'll
that's a lot
say,
of time.
the last thing I'll say, I mean, we have people that have associations, that have unions. Well, who's here for the taxpayers? That's supposed to be us, and I think we need to
For
remember
the
that.
taxpayers, you're saying saving over $100,000 a year by not having a township manager anymore.
Yeah, and something that probably shouldn't have existed in the first place,
Well,
so.
it did, and
Yeah.
then those items are getting taken off this job description and being moved around. So we are saving quite a bit of money, in my opinion, but
Well, I feel that with his position and the number of, let's just say, years of experience that he brought to the table, that the 20 days vacation was, you could live with that. It's a lot, coming in right out of the gate as a brand-new employee. It's probably double what most people would get. Usually you get your 2 weeks after a year or after, I don't know
A year.
anymore. But that level of an employee, I feel comfortable with the 20 days vacation. I don't have a problem going forward offering a sick time, paying sick time 8 hours per month, as every other employee gets, enjoys here. I mean, it's all about the sick time we're talking, right? That's the big,
well, I don't think we're in favor of the raise either.
Me, but I think.
Not myself either.
I think when you look at, and you compare the elected officials compared to other townships, I mean, we're paying quite a bit, we're at least average for all three of the supervisor, clerk, treasurer. And we're also executive level staff, still pretty hefty, but I mean, if somebody wants to take a pay cut to pay for it, I mean, if, I'm willing to say no pension, that's $9,000 right there that we would save. I mean,
I don't have a problem with his salary request at all.
Me neither.
I think the duties that he's taken on are a pile,
We've already made great headway in the last 3 weeks.
exactly.
With all of
And
it.
I think,
I agree and I disagree. I don't think
We're
the
gonna
employees
continue.
need to report to him. I think they should report directly to you as was discussed originally.
And they do. Well, we're talking about with the work that he's doing with grants and the park, River Park and all the rest of it, when they get into that.
Are we still gonna use grant writing companies?
We're gonna use probably his office for writing all these grants.
Because I know in the past has been grant writing used since Cindy has been here.
We use wage trim for certain ones. We
Wade trim,
used
some cog.
AEW, I believe, for congressional
Right,
spending too, 'cause you
AEW.
have to go through an engineer for those. But Ralph Wilson, bike path ones, we definitely would write for that.
Well, we're talking about this right here.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed it enough, but the last thing I'll say is I think in the future, this needs to be done in closed session. We all need to be on the same damn page and not, it's just, it's a mess.
We really can't do it in closed session according to our attorney.
Yes, we can. To discuss the negotiation on wages, yes, that's one of the only reasons.
Union
why.
contract negotiations,
And for your executive level staff, any staff.
not according to what he told me.
I don't think so either.
It's absolutely, it's a contract.
Well, if that's the case, do you want to table it and schedule a work session or a closed session for the next meeting to talk more about it?
I think we already discussed it.
okay.
We're already on.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion, if there's no more discussion, to increase the salary to $99,000 effective July 8th and allow 8 hours of sick time per month to start accumulating as of his contract renewal, what was it, July 1st of this year? With the ability to bank up to 160 hours.
No retroactive credit? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Everything but that?
Yes. The rate increase, not retroactive, starting now to earning 8 hours sick leave per month and to bank, allowed to bank 160 hours. That's my motion.
Okay, so increase to 99,000 effective July 8th. Let's start an accrual from here for 8 hours per month for sick leave and the ability to bank up to 160.
Correct.
Okay.
I support that.
Okay. Been moved and supported. Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call. Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
No,
Trustee Klein?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
No.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. So what's that mean?
3-2.
Was it carried?
Yes.
I don't know about that. Is it a majority of who's present or a majority of the board?
Who's present? You have to have a quorum to have a meeting, so
Yeah.
who's ever here is the quorum.
I don't know.
Then the
if it-
count is,
Yeah, there's a couple other exceptions you're thinking of, and this isn't one of them.
Okay,
But yeah, it has to be a majority of the board on certain items, and this is not one of them, I don't think.
okay.
But if by all means, if it is, we'll
Have another meeting.
figure
well,
it
it isn't. No, I'm happy to no retroactive, but on the sick time.
We'll find out if that's acceptable to the employee. Business 7, the office staff stipend request for additional responsibilities. They brought this to us and sent this to the board. I asked them to also list the additional responsibilities on that RACI chart that we had, you know, that we had responsible and contributory and the whole 9 yards there. So these are the things that they listed out as being picked up, that were done originally by our township manager, plus some items that weren't being done at all, I guess.
These folks are all union members, right?
That's correct.
I don't know how we can do this.
We can do a stipend, that's why it's written this way. We have contract negotiations coming up with them for the contract that begins, I believe, January 1st of '26 to discuss with them. This is something that they asked for in the interim for the additional duties. It was brought up at the work session again, whether it was appropriate or not, I don't know, but
I think, I mean, I'm pretty consistent, but if you voted for the last one, it'd be a big slap in the face not to vote for this one, but because they're the ones that do all the work, pretty much. You
that's
know,
correct.
it's-
And
yeah.
I've basically come to learn a lot more about that now. You know, they are. And it's not so much about the money either. They want the recognition too. They want us to know as a board that they're holding these pieces together for us in the township, and they are. And it's a lot of the stuff that's been going on for a while that they have been doing, just not getting the credit for it. But now they're allowed to go in and do the final, push the button and submit. You know, we're putting that on them, that they're responsible for that it's being done correctly.
Hey, you're a hell of a lot closer to it than I am, and I'm just taking it all in here. I think it was terrible the way we brought it up to begin with, but it is what it is, and
Well, I look at it as a whole picture, you guys. We are not going to add any more staff. We're not gonna replace the manager, we're not gonna add an office manager, we're not gonna do any of that. We are going to absorb this with the staff that we have. And for the money we're talking with doing new business 6 and 7, that's a far cry from, like you said, what we're spending, you know?
It was very surprising to hear that nobody knew what she did,
Well, the final,
having come in as
Stuff.
a new person.
you know. So, again,
No, and these guys deserve a lot of credit.
so you guys you have to let me know what your wishes are on this.
I mean, I'm leaning no. Even though I know that, I mean, they do a lot, but I think, I mean, you guys set a precedent with the last vote, but I think it's, I don't know, it's a slippery slope,
Well,
and
I don't
This
think
is a
we set
one-time thing.
precedent. We didn't
This is a
set
one-time thing, you
This
know?
is a precedent. We're hiring an executive level there. You're interfering with union works. Now, whatever you do here is gonna carry over into union talks when it comes up.
and it's coming up
That
in the
the
next
board did
couple
this.
months.
you have, both are contracts. It's the same thing.
That's,
Yeah.
executive contract hired by the board is a lot different from a union contract.
No.
Well, we've changed the job
Afraid
description,
so.
is how it works.
Afraid
That's
so.
why it would justify this. And this has been cleared by the union.
But we're really not changing the job descriptions until the contract negotiations,
Right.
correct?
Right.
So when
We're
would they
asking
be
them
paid
to-
this?
Yeah, this
It's
is-
so like a
This
lump
would be a
sum,
one-time thing,
and
Yep.
when would that be paid? Now or after
Soon
so
as-
many days?
as soon as we approved it.
They're asking for it now.
Because they're just starting to do the work.
Correct.
They've been doing the work for,
Most of them, yes.
yeah, and they've been responsible for it since we pretty much met with that work session 2 weeks ago.
Well, who
And
determined
it's been working good, to be honest
Who
with you.
determined that?
What, when it started?
It was all
No,
discussed.
that they've been doing the additional work. Who determined that they did work that was supervisor work, and for how long?
Not supervisor work, they're doing work that,
That's what
these
they're asking
items have been
for.
started, they were contributors on most of it.
Right,
And
already.
then the final say-so was done by our manager or whatever, or stamped or submitted or whatever, but they have now been given the authority by me to go ahead and do these things. And go ahead and you're responsible for it. They're already doing it.
Okay, then you've given it to them.
And they're reporting to you.
That's correct.
My understanding, the problem is that there's nobody really above them that has the knowledge that they have to do. I don't know, that's, I mean, it's been like that for years, but.
Well, let's just put it this way, I've been learning a lot lately. So I'm looking like I look tonight. But it has to be done. We have to get through it and make sure things are being done properly, and him and I, been working through a lot of it. Sandy's been helping, it's just, It makes sense for them
It
to
doesn't,
have the final authority to do that stuff. It's not anything that's proprietary, it's not anything that's not public, you know, it's all public information if you wanna know the answers.
no,
So-
no, no.
So it's just, it's the work that's gonna be getting done. We have to go into to work on the budget now next. We gotta work on some contracts coming up for the employees and the waste and a whole bunch of stuff, so. I'll need a lot of that information that they have.
So,
But anyway,
Tom, sure that, I don't understand.
do you see what it says?
So you're their
They want-
supervisor,
they-
you're their supervisor,
Yeah, they wanna have a review of this. in
you're their
December.
supervisor, but you don't fully comprehend everything they do.
Well, I do, I just don't see it how, when they do it every day. Now I have to, so.
He's
Okay.
overseeing them where he didn't before.
Okay, so.
Township manager oversaw that stuff
Okay, so
before.
all I'm saying, and I don't know about how they interchange with each other when somebody's gone, if they're able to
They
do that.
work together as a team.
I have
But,
their, I
okay,
have
so
their schedules now
if
for
any
vacation.
one of them was gone tomorrow, God forbid, a hospital stay or something like that, can their job be covered by the remainder of the other 3 or 4?
We discussed job coverages, yep.
We already have that.
No,
They're
we don't.
working on, they're
We
gonna
don't?
work
We
on
don't.
that.
We're
No,
working
we
on
don't
it.
have that.
We don't have it complete, but
We're
we
working on
do
it
have
as
a lot of
as a
it
unit.
coverage, yeah.
Okay, but.
We could
Well, wait a
scrape by
minute,
if we
wait a
had
minute.
to.
That's what I want to know, is you as a supervisor knows everybody's job. That job could be covered by you or overseen.
I can't sit at the
No.
computer and do
No,
the
no,
work.
but you could put
But-
somebody there and
But
give them
someone
enough
else,
instruction to
depending
make
on the
sure the
role,
job
we
gets done.
discussed all the roles, depending on the role, we can get by, just Sandy just said, with what we have. We'll put a permanent plan in place.
But that's exactly what they're saying, is they want to be paid for doing that, which we don't even know what they do. If
Well,
one of them.
we do now, but they're also gonna be picking up that coverage. If they don't know a lot about payroll, for instance, someone's
Well, why
gonna
don't we
learn more
wait-
about
why
it,
don't
so
we
they can
wait
step
until
right
we
into that
know-
role.
Why don't we wait until we know that they can do that?
They've been doing it for 3 weeks.
Wait a minute, you just told me if somebody, what I asked is if somebody went to the hospital tomorrow, could the rest of them cover that job? And Sandy shook her head, no.
Yeah, they could.
No, they can't. They're not trained. They have not done cross-training.
When Irene goes on vacation, Irene has all of her work to do when she gets back. When Corinne goes on vacation, Corinne has all of her work to
Right,
do
we're
when
not
she
gonna
gets
do
back.
the work that
Well-
can wait, but the stuff that
So
has,
why would we
the
pay
payroll
this
has to
now?
be paid, will be done.
When.
I
So that's
agree
what
they
I don't get.
deserve it, but I think we shouldn't pay
I know
it
they're
up front.
hardworking. I
I think
agree.
it should be paid down the line, 90 days.
Overtime.
Yeah, I think they should learn the jobs. They should be able to
That's-
cross-train
I like
and
that idea.
accomplish that
Yeah,
job.
I mean, they haven't done it
Makes
yet,
more
so why
sense,
would we
why?
pay it out to them now? One of them could quit next week, and we've paid them out this to cover them through the contract.
Yeah, and I brought that very point up, but.
The other
And like
thing,
I said, they all deserve it. I just don't think it should be now.
I mean, this is a question I should have asked before the last one too, but is there a 0% chance that we're gonna hire a township manager, or not, excuse me, office manager in the next 6 months? That's a 0% chance.
My opinion it is, yeah.
Well, I sure hope so.
What's Dwayne's
Well, wait, it's
opinion?
up to us, right?
After
What's that?
seeing
To
and
hire.
taking care of all the things
Well,
that you
and
are
additional staff.
now.
It's got to go through us, right?
Right.
I think between the staff, we can
Yeah.
cover
Yeah, if we're
everything
doing
that
this
needs to
and
be
that.
done.
Right.
You've just given me access to all the BSNA software platforms that I would need to be a backup to people in the office.
But
So
I
it's-
hope he's not working in that if he doesn't know how. If it's
Oh, he does, he works on it already.
statutory things I'm responsible for and that my head's on the platter, I don't want him having access if he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, that's what we call training, so.
Well, sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we need to have. You and Dwayne should be able to, emergency, step in and cover anybody. If you got hurt,
The
Go home
supervisor's
tonight?
not going to be able to step in any
No.
role and do payables or
No.
payroll
no,
or.
I
till-
don't, I wouldn't want him to do that.
No,
But he has the ability to supervise and get somebody in there that, with guidance, could do it.
we could find somebody that could step in and
Who?
substitute or
Just up the street, you mean?
Well, we have, for the bookkeeping end of it, we have our accounting firm, we've been
We have
working
an
with
accountant to cover
Karen.
that. I'd
right
still
now.
stand by
Okay,
my
okay.
statement. We can
Okay.
cover it right now.
Okay.
I could
I
learn
stand by
payroll
that
help if
statement.
I
Okay.
had to. I
We
do
could find the
payroll.
resources if we
We would
had.
get it
Yeah,
done if we
you're,
had to.
you're,
I stand by
You
I'm
have the
that.
gonna
right
be
to
learning
learn
some
anything.
Irene stuff for the next time she's off. I wanna do deposits while she's
If
gone.
one of them was out sick on a short-term disability for weeks, or whatever, I am confident we could still get that job done. We'd figure it out.
It
a way
would
to
get
do
figured out.
We would get it done. You know why? Because we have to.
In the meantime, they start
Yeah.
cross-training.
In addition to
But we will
that,
have a permanent.
let's just not
plan in
get down the
place
road
in
like
6
where we
months.
said
let's
the
make a
board.
plan after, we got these new contract negotiations coming up soon. Let's make a plan for cross-training, allowing for, in the future, after we get all these things nailed down and
Right.
people are
There still
comfortable.
could be stuff coming out of woodwork that
Yes,
we don't know.
but, because we used to do that, all of it.
Mhm.
When Teresa went out, I did utility billing, I did the payroll. Even after I left here, I was coming back in for almost a whole year doing payroll. So
We did discuss that too. Who would do what in this correct
over
cross-training thing.
time,
We've already kind of determined who was
but
going to be the backup.
I don't think right now is the time to ask people to cross-train. They're
Right,
already
no, we
taking
gotta
on all
do
these
this
new
first.
things now. Yes, this
It's
is
gonna
our
be-
immediate need
Yeah, and they're doing it.
for these items.
Yeah, the
But I do
cross-training
like
needs
your
to start.
suggestion, the overtime.
I mean,
So they're saying this is for 6 months.
when is the proposal to be paid out on this at the end? We request a
No, They
review.
wanted it now.
What if we did it as a monthly bonus?
Monthly stipend?
Yeah.
I'd rather
That's
do
what I was
that.
just thinking,
I'd rather
divide
do
this
that.
by
That's
6, 'cause
comfortable.
it's, the minute I seen 10,040, I knew it was 6 months, because 2,080 is a year for payroll hours.
It doesn't even say on here when they want to be paid. But I believe that they,
I
Or
like the
maybe it's
monthly-
just-
I like the monthly stipend. Get
Which would
paid,
not hit them so bad on taxes also.
comfortable with that.
yeah, I have no problem with it being earned at that time anyway.
As they're earning it.
Right, because our initial discussion was 6 months. We weren't gonna do anything for 6
Right.
months, so everybody got settled in and see how it's going, if got to switch things around or what. So I'm comfortable with the monthly stipend for additional duties. For additional duties.
Well, that would mean July 31st. I mean, August 30th, September, right on down the end of the month.
The last
can make
pay
it
of the
every-
month or whatever,
Yeah, coordinating with the last pay of the month, right?
and make it into 2 separate checks so that they're not
What do you mean?
overtaxed. If you put that into their normal check, they're gonna get taxed higher. You do it as 2 separate checks. You do this as a separate check.
Separate.
We still have to take the taxes out, don't we?
Yes,
At
but
the end of
it
the
puts
year,
it on a
it'll come
lower
in, right.
basis.
Well, we can determine that, terms of that, but you're saying distribute it evenly over the next 6 months?
Yes.
6 payments.
Well, and it was also stated that because we're doing it this way as a stipend, that it's not hitting the percentage for the retirement account contributions, and it's not boosting other things up that we pay a
Yeah,
percentage
we're not
on.
obligated to pay anything else on that.
Cool.
So,
Do you want me to make a motion?
Oh my
I make a
gosh.
motion to approve the
Stipend.
monthly stipend divided into, over the next 6 months, starting with July.
We'll try to coincide that with their last pay period
For
of the month.
additional-
Yes,
duties?
last pay period of the month, yes.
So, is that gonna have to be rewritten now, so you know exactly what
No.
we're paying?
No, we're paying it, we're just gonna pay it out, there is no
Just pay one
payout
out.
date on here right now.
She
Where-
wrote
where-
down the motion I made. And if we all approve it, then that's how it gets
But how much
done.
of all I want to know is how much of a pay raise are you giving them? How much of a,
We're taking.
There is no-
15%
there is
this
no
amount
permanent-
and dividing it by 6.
Yeah, there is
paying
no
it over
permanent pay
6
raise
months.
right now. This is-
I know that, I know, you're giving them a bonus every month.
Flat amount,
Yeah, and what is that
divided
dollar
by
number?
6. Well, you take each one of these and divide it by 6.
I think it says 15%.
Yeah, it is 15%.
Okay, 15% pay raise every month.
Okay, so the motion I have is monthly stipend for additional duties over a 6-month period, beginning the second payroll in,
July.
or last payroll in July.
Yes.
Maybe already done, I don't know.
Right,
Um,
we'll figure it out.
In a separate check.
Yes.
Okay. I'll support that. All right, let's have roll call. Any more discussion before I,
Any other discussion? Not, clerk, please call the roll.
Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yes,
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
All right. Announcements or comments? Start with you, Mr. Richards.
All right. So the old tennis courts that are at the thing down here, we've been having discussions at the park commission level. They want to know if there's any plans for that property currently.
For
Because
which property?
for the property right on the corner down here on Recor and Point Drive
Where
kind
the
of.
DPW building was going.
Correct.
No, there's no plans for any of that in our master
Because
plan.
they're wanting to know if they can revert it back to the park to put potentially pickleball courts back on there. If we would consider it.
They
at
would
some
have to
point.
bring that request before the board.
What's up?
They would have to bring that request before the board.
Okay, but there's currently no plans for it at the moment?
No, they'll talk about a rec center at one time or additional precinct for the voting and whatnot and.
Okay.
well, we got a pickleball court right now, right?
Not really, it's not a real pickleball court, it's like tennis courts slash basketball courts turned into pickleball
Multi-purpose.
courts, yeah.
I just saw, I think it was a sign
Yeah,
that
I
said.
paid
Yeah.
attention. I didn't realize they were
Okay.
there until today.
So then what would that be?
They're in pretty bad
Same
shape
as
down
what it
there.
is.
They've been
Well,
abandoned
I
for
don't
years.
know.
Oh, yeah, down there, yeah.
But they're talking about,
Take some
in their 5-year
cash down there to
plan,
make
that
it-
pickleball courts are, I believe, next year. And so they wanted to know if we would consider allowing them to put it there.
Right.
I mean, they could bring it to the board if they want.
Okay.
I mean, personally, I would never approve that, but they have plenty of land they're not using in the park right now to do that. And I spoke with our park manager this week over there, and there's plenty of areas identified that are not being used for anything. Not ball fields or anything else, just land that's not being used that could be utilized.
Okay.
We got enough grass to cut over there. We don't, why do we wanna keep cutting that grass and then add some more? There's plenty of room over there right now to add,
Okay.
but
Well, I don't
by all
know.
means, it's in their right to do that if they want.
Sure they can request it. I just think, we already got, pickleball.
Yeah, I have asked actually our DPW to clean that. I want that mowed from now on too.
You want
what?
This whole area. It's gonna be clean,
Oh,
cleared with trees and debris and everything else, and we're gonna keep that cut 4 times a year, whatever it is.
okay.
It's not fair that we tell our residents they gotta cut the grass, but we don't.
The deer hiding.
It's a green belt.
Yeah, so it's gonna be,
That's
it's
why
gonna be
we-
mowed. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll be mowed and leveled. I don't want piles of stuff sitting there anymore and whatnot. So they're working on it.
Is the,
We're gonna remove the
is-
tennis courts.
Are the tennis courts in good condition? They're wondering, okay, because they were wondering if it was like a base that they could just.
Junk. It's gonna get
Okay.
It's
removed.
all
Okay.
tore up.
It's all get
Okay.
removed.
I'd rather
All right.
see us save that property for something else
When I first
in the
moved in, I
future.
played on
It's
it.
already in
Yeah.
the process of being done.
It's
We're getting it all removed,
junk now.
so.
Okay, and then the other thing, one other thing, I noticed it kind of rained a little bit, but,
what?
the drainage on Meisner and, Vistabel,
Okay.
it's not very good,
That
like,
corner,
yeah.
I noticed
The
same
street
thing.
itself,
What's that?
the street, you mean?
Yeah, right on
yeah,
that corner.
Yeah, it's like a river, kind of, when it rains.
No. We have all kinds of that around. The street down here gets a foot of water on top of it for an hour when it gets heavy rain.
Well, that's like 2 days though.
Oh,
It stays like
I got a
that.
blockage in this. We can talk to the road commission about looking into that then.
Okay. It's
I
right on.
thought you just meant during high rain event.
No, it was after, it was a couple days after, but like,
Something's holding water.
yeah. There is a drain there, but it apparently doesn't drain.
It's not draining, or maybe the curb settled in front of it too.
Yeah,
Won't
that
get
could
to
be.
it. Could be.
Okay, that's all I got. Thank you.
Mr. Klein?
I'm all set.
Irene and I are meeting with the bank again this week, so we can move forward with the ACH. I'll know more after that meeting.
Yeah, and that'll provide for like automatic payments of the bills?
Yep, for
right?
taxes and
Water bills?
water bills,
Great,
no charge.
yeah,
Wow.
that'd be great. I don't have anything further.
Taxes, no, thank you.
Okay, if not,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support?
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, we're adjourned.
Most richly inclined, right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.